guys, so today we are going to be talking about some of the ways that you can cut costs or save money when you are prepping for a new baby. Pregnancy is super exciting, but it's also super expensive. We have been prepping since before this baby even became a thing, and it still was a big financial hit. So I have come up with some of the ways that I have saved money through this entire process, as well as some of the ways that I know that some of my friends have as well. So the first one has been my best friend ever, and it is Facebook Marketplace. So being able to get really great items for a fraction of the cost, for free even, and a lot of the items barely have been used or not used at all. We really found this beneficial with clothing, especially being able to get an entire like diaper box full for like $20, and it was packed to the brim. We got a couple of those kind of things. We got the toy storage. I'm trying to think some of the other things, the Mamaroo, some swings, toys, anything pretty much that we can wash and make sure that they're sanitary for baby. Actually the crib as well. We didn't get obviously the items like the car seat or the mattress or anything like that that has to do with safety on there, just because you never know. But I know that people do sell stuff like that on there, but that's something that we just didn't feel safe with. But we got a lot of the hard toys, that kind of things that I can wash as well as pack and plays for at the grandparents' houses. We got a beautiful pack and play, which you'll be able to see in our bedside nursery video. I just can't remember if it's coming out before or after this one, but I love our Graco pack and play that we have in our bedroom. But for places like the grandparents' house that the baby's gonna be, but not as often, we definitely went secondhand with those, and they were almost brand new, but I was able to steam them and sanitize them and all of that other fun stuff. So definitely check out Facebook Marketplace if you haven't already. Another thing I recommend is checking out baby sites, baby product things like, for example, formula sites, so Similac, those kind of things, for any of their free samples. So I believe with Similac, I got like full on container of the formula. I'm planning on breastfeeding. That's the journey I hope to take, but you just never know. And if I don't end up using it by the date that it has to be used by, we'll just donate it to the local food bank. Food banks are always in need of diapers and formula and that kind of thing. So anything extra that you have, that's a great place to donate them to afterwards if you do have some extras that you want to get rid of. We also did this with some of the free baby boxes for places like, I'm in Canada, so like London Drugs, and I know Bye Bye Baby has boxes and all of these other places just for signing up for registries. I think the London Drug one, I didn't even have to do a registry. I just kind of walked in and said, hey, I'm pregnant, what do you got for me? And they were able to give me, they had coupons and a diaper and a few little samples and stuff like that, but it all adds up. All of those little things are definitely great. Also, if you have any friends that have recently had a baby or have had a baby in the last couple of years, they might be holding on to some items that you might be able to try before buying, kind of thing. So for example, if you don't know if your baby's going to like, for example, a Mamaroo, and you know that your best friend has one, then maybe you can just borrow that for a couple months. Sorry about the dogs freaking out in the back. But being able to borrow and see if it's the right product for you before you pay the high price tag. Even used, some of these items are very high prices. And then you can see if it's really something that you want to invest in, or maybe your friend will just say, hey, you know what, borrow my bassinet. And when your baby gets to the point where they're no longer in a bassinet, just give it back to me, and that would be great. And we actually have an amazing coworker of mine who offered up a lot of items. We're gonna be using them, giving them back. And that just saves us a lot of money. So we're just going to be getting them some Starbucks gift cards or something like that, which is way less than actually buying the items. So definitely something to consider asking about if you have a family member or a friend that has recently given birth. Now, if you're actually buying the items, I recommend code searcher. I know there's quite a few. I personally use Honey. Don't worry, this is not one of those long ads that seem to be in everyone else's videos, but Honey is absolutely amazing. I just shop on my computer and I press when it pops up, do you want to check for coupons or whatever it says? And I've saved hundreds of dollars. I actually did an order, this is not for baby stuff, but in general from Michael's last week for work stuff, and it was supposed to be like $550, and I saved like $125 just by clicking, sure, let's check the coupons. So I have also saved significant money with baby stuff, but that was an incredible experience that I just had, so I had to bring up that. But even if it's like $5, it's $5 less than you'd be spending without downloading one of these cost-saving browser extensions. But I know there are other ones, like I think it's Rakuten or whatever, but I've just personally used Honey, and if you have any suggestions of other ones that I should try out, definitely leave them down below, because I am all about saving money while still getting what I want. So that's a great one if you're shopping online. If you're able to time out any of your big purchases with things like Black Friday, Boxing Day, maybe an annual sale, anything that you know your favorite shops kind of typically have, that can definitely help as well. For example, the car seat that we ended up getting for our convertible car seat, we got through Bye Bye Baby for Boxing Day, and I still had a 20% off coupon from creating a registry with them, and which was about to go bad, so I had to use it. So we are planning on seeing if we could get any deals, as well as using this coupon, and I ended up getting like a $300 convertible car seat for, I think I paid $165 by the time you took off the deal from Boxing Day, as well as that 20% off coupon. It saved us a lot of money. So definitely recommend keeping your eye out or making a list when you know there's something like Black Friday or Boxing Day or any of those other big sales. I know there's other seasonal sales depending on where you are. I think down in the States, like there's some Memorial Day sales. In Canada, we kind of just have like summer sales. It kind of depends on where you are, what region you are, and the individual stores themselves. But I have found actually just like Googling Bye Bye Baby Canada annual sales or West Coast Kids sales, or anything like that with any of the stores that you might be interested in. It kind of pops up with what they regularly have. And I found like Reddit threads on specific stores with when they typically have sales. Obviously it changes year by year, but you can kind of get a good sense of some of those annual ones. So you can kind of gauge when you might want to spend the money and kind of put money aside for when you can get things cheaper, because if you're going to buy them anyways, you may as well save some money on them. A lot of big name products also have dupes for them. So you can find a very similar product for a lower cost. I know there's a lot of dupes out there, for example, like the Haka. I decided just to get the Haka, or that's what I put on my registry. I was gifted the Haka, and very happy with that, but I have friends who have gotten the dupes for them that you can find on Amazon and stuff, and that's been great. One dupe that I did get was for like the Docatot Grand, I think it's called. I got just a locally made one, so it has Mickey Mouse on it, it's gray on the other side, it's the same size as the Grand, it ties on the bottom, and it was a fraction of the cost. Same idea though. I don't know if we're gonna end up loving that product, but I would rather pay half of as much as I would have paid with the Docatot for the same concept at least. So we'll see how that one goes. But there's dupes for almost everything if you're willing to take a look. It's up to you if that's something you're interested in. There are certain products that I would be okay with dupes for, certain products that I personally wouldn't be okay with, but it's totally just something that I think you could search and maybe you'll find something good. The last thing I have kind of goes similar to the first one where I talked about Facebook Marketplace with secondhand items. So I love thrift shopping, secondhand shops, consignment shops, all of that for some of the deals that you can get. Also a lot of baby products. Babies grow out of like nothing, and then they just get packed away or donated or hopefully not thrown out, but some people probably throw out, and there's so much life still in them. One of the best deals that I have found personally is at Value Village. So when I've gone previously, they had like 3 different sized bags that you can like stuff to the brim. So I believe it was $3.99, $6.99, and then a huge bag for $12.99. So kind of like 3 different sizes. In the $12.99 bag, I've previously packed in like jackets and sweaters and onesies and sleepers and everything. Like you can really stuff these things. And that way you're paying a fraction of the cost per item, where for $12.99, that's like 1 sleeper new, or I can get like, I've packed probably like 40 to 50 things in this bag. Like it's, if they're smaller things or if they're bigger, probably about 20 items. So you're paying like cents per item at that point versus a large quantity of money. I've saved an insane amount of money. Also a lot of items I found there still have tags on them. So they're perfectly brand new. Nothing wrong with them. And as long as you wash the clothes beforehand, which you should be doing anyways with baby clothes, I think, it's perfectly fine. Sometimes if they have stains and stuff, like I'll wash them once and then I'll do the stain remover again and wash them a second time. But I've gotten some amazing, really great branded items for like nothing. So really recommend checking out that route. If you are in a bind and you don't have funds for even some of those routes, definitely make sure to look up pregnancy support centers in your area, as well as if you contact the labor and delivery ward at the hospital that you're going to be delivering, they might have resources or social workers that you can work with to get some of the essentials. If you just totally don't have any money, any resources to be able to afford baby products. Sorry, I work in social support, so I just want to make sure that everyone knows that those are options as well. So obviously that's not advice that everyone needs, but maybe one person watching might need that advice. So those are definitely some great resources to look out for. And you can also on Facebook, similar to Marketplace, but search your town name followed by freebies or free cycle or any of that stuff, because people might be giving away baby items on there as well. Totally just forgot to share that one earlier. But anyways, that is my video on how to save some moolah when you are shopping for baby, because babies are so expensive. So if you can save even a little bit, it's totally worth it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any questions or comments or anything, please leave them down below. I would love to read those. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Bye.